Hello and welcome back to PERISNO 1.4.5. So we are, of course, still at war against the Zann dynasty, and amazingly enough, I'm actually really surprised about this, but the Realm of the Falcon has made some inroads. They've actually decided to launch an attack against Elsinore. They've been successful already, by the way, without any assistance from me also. In capturing it. They actually captured it, so pretty amazing. Anyway, we're going to go in here against this Zann Dynasty general. This is actually a real vassal here, not a spearhead, and we're going to attempt to eliminate him. If we can eliminate him, I will then follow it up with a siege nearby at a castle, and it only has around 143 units in the garrison there, so I'm very much hoping that we'll be able to achieve victory there, because of course being able to at least expand our territory a little bit is going to be pretty useful if I can actually make that work. Of course, amusingly enough, this is not actually a Zann dynasty vassal, but instead it is an Elantoran one who has defected. Yeah. This is going to be a huge pain. Yeah, these guys are probably some of the most difficult for us to deal with, or most difficult for me to deal with, more specifically, as they have huge amounts of horse archers. And I've actually taken one of your suggestions into account here as well, and I've actually been leveling up some slaves. So basically what I did was, because of course, we know, they've been very effective in the past. And I thought, well, okay, let's try it out, let's try it out. Because one of your suggestions was to get a bunch of slaves and to level them up into Virago heroines, I believe. Those are the ones that I'm kind of thinking about leveling up. Oh, I got shot. Okay, wonderful. I was actually hoping that I could turn around, get on that horse, and then run away, but no, that doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, we will be achieving victory here, but of course we'll leave a couple of casualties on the battlefield as well, which is obviously not great, but that's actually not even bad, because you know why? We can very easily and quickly go to a tavern. We can either go all the way back to Realm of the Falcon territory to do that, or we can just go into a tavern nearby, and we can just get some slaves from there, and then we can just level them up relatively fast, because of course Virago heroines, they are extremely good at what they do. We've seen them in action in the past as well, and they can even become female assassins too. Virago heroines obviously are one result, but you can also go for female assassins if you prefer that. But for me personally, obviously I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I'm actually going to be keeping this. Should I keep this guy? I'm actually not entirely sure whether we should keep him or not at this case. Yeah, you know what? Let's just let him go. We're going to gain some honor and everything, and I guess that's kind of decent. We'll capture some capture some troops here, even though they're not really going to do much. I could obviously upgrade some of my people. Oh, it seems like someone actually did want to take something there. Ooh, these are actually pretty nice arrows, but as I've said before, I'm not really going to be doing that. Someone actually did mention as well that to defend against the Zann dynasty invasion, what you did was you spec'd into power throw, and then you basically just went and got some of these leaf bombs. And yeah, that's absolutely a fantastic strategy. Of course, that's a wonderful strategy, but of course, I don't have any power throw, and you need 7 power throw to be able to make that work. So yeah, if you have the knowledge and you have the, forethought to go ahead and do that, then all power to you. That's absolutely fantastic. But for me personally, I was unable to do that because I just didn't think of it. I just didn't think about defending against the Zann dynasty. Anyway, we have a massive amount of Zann dynasty vassals coming in from the south here. There's escorts and all kinds of crazy things going on. I actually wonder whether they're going to be launching an attack against Elsinore in just a second. So I think the best thing for me to do right now is make my way back here, because if they do decide to enter this siege, then it might be kind of fun to defend. Maybe we could do it. Maybe we can make I don't know, maybe we can make it work or something like that. Anyway, we're just gonna hire a bunch of slaves here, and we're just gonna wait here for some time. Let's just see exactly what happens, because you never know. Maybe they're going to appear, maybe they're going to attempt to take this. We've also got to bear in mind that the Realm of the Falcon are actually trying to take back Falconhead as we speak. And Falconhead is obviously the castle in Realm of the Falcon territory that was taken by the Zann dynasty, and I was actually attempting to take that in a previous episode as well, but of course I wasn't able to, and then there was a crash and all that other stuff, and it basically rolled me back a bunch, which I wasn't too pleased about. Anyway, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to save. I'm actually going to save now because I am super worried about crashes and everything, and as you can see, it is under siege still, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. And where is Brennan? There's Brennan's Triumph. Okay, so that was actually just looted. Yeah, of course it is, because these Zann are not very nice people, and they're actually attempting to, you know, just kill some peasants and things. And I guess if they want to do that, then it's war, you know, it kind of makes sense for them to do so. But anyway, we actually just leveled up, which is pretty cool. So I have no idea what to go for. This is a bit problematic, because here's the thing. Iron Flesh, obviously, that's pretty fantastic with its damage reduction, and while I am thinking that, yeah, that's probably going to be a pretty nice thing for me to go for, I'm also thinking about crossbows, because I am actually pretty close by to Dwarven territory, so theoretically, I should be able to go over into their lands and just purchase a Dwarven crossbow, or I can find a Dwarven crossbow from a Mystic merchant. I think that sounds like a pretty decent idea as well, so maybe we want to do something like that, but for now I'm actually just going to be speccing into Power Strike. I think I'll actually go for another point in Strength here as well. Kind of want to get to 24 Strength. I think that's probably going to be pretty decent. And they are patrolling around the Amazon forest, these Ankar's Seducers. I'm actually wondering whether we want to just fight them real fast just to level up. Or, wait a minute, hello General Zhao. Okay, wait a minute. He is running around over here. Maybe we can catch up to him. He seems pretty fast, surprisingly enough. Not entirely sure why he's so quick. He shouldn't be fast. He's moving at 6.8. He actually wants to fight me. Okay, wait a minute. Is this guy actually an elf as well? Not a big fan of that, I gotta say. Not a big fan of that at all. If I'm fighting all Elan Tauren defectors and everything, I'm gonna be in a world of hurt in a very short span of time, because these guys are going to have insanely good horse archers. Oh no, are you serious right now? Yes, yes indeed. Yes indeed. Okay, yeah, that is not too good. Okay, well, I'm going to probably just try to get some people up the hill here. That's maybe going to make a little bit of difference, but of course, if you do want to counter horse archers, and this is something that I've used, I literally used this strategy 8-9 years ago. I don't even know how long ago really, but basically you just go to all the way to the edge of the battlefield. I believe I mentioned this before as well, but maybe if you don't know, then there you go. That's a really easy way of countering horse archers, but sometimes that doesn't work because the horse archers themselves are just dramatically faster than your forces. Like, for example, I showcased that in a previous episode when we were attempting to fight with a primary force of giants. That really didn't work out too well because, of course, the giants are just too slow. They're just too slow to do what they need to do and catch up to the opponent before the opponent is able to run away. So that was obviously a big problem there, but, you know, that's just how it goes. If you do have a force that can counter them, like, for example, if you have a bunch of archers or you have horse archers or cavalry of your very own, then it's probably going to make everything much easier for you. And then you should be able to employ that strategy with pretty good success, you know, with pretty good success. But for me, at the time when we were fighting the Kulan Horde, it was just, it was probably one of the most frustrating things that you can go through at that point, you know, because we've all been there. If you've played Warband or if you've played Bannerlord and you're going up against a primarily horse archer based, vassal or lord or whatever, and you're literally having a bunch of infantry under your control, then good luck, because that is literally one of the most annoying things that you can come up against, because they're literally just going to keep out of your, they're just going to stay away. They're just going to stay away from you, and that's all they really need to do. They just need to stay away from you, deal damage, because they can, of course, do that from a pretty significant distance away, and then everything's hunky-dory for them, and it's absolutely terrible for you. So, yeah, that kind of thing is very irritating. But that's the point. That's the reason why you've got to have a good composition. You've got to think about your composition. You can't just run around with a bunch of, I don't know, Sturgian infantry or Nord infantry. Or in my case, you can't run around with a bunch of giants, because these giants are literally just going to die. They're not going to do a very good job there. Ooh, there is a spearhead here. Okay, I'm actually thinking to myself, shall we go for it? I kind of want to. But the problem is we have... no, never mind. We just got a bunch of Vixen riders. That is basically all we needed. That's real nice. I mean, these guys are not exactly amazing, but they are going to level up if they survive. And I think we should be okay against these guys. I'm actually not entirely sure. I mean, we fought a double spearhead army beforehand, and we actually did pretty nicely. So why not? Let's try it out and let's go in. And yeah, we're obviously injuring and indeed eliminating quite a lot of the Zann Dynasty forces right now. So I'm actually pretty pleased with that. Anyway, I'm not going to retreat here. We're just going to go forward a little bit. Hopefully the enemy forces are not going to be descending upon us too fast, because that is really going to put paid to my strategy here. Hopefully it's not going to go that badly. And we can just hope... can we get over here? I'd like to get over here, potentially. I don't have too many archers, I don't think, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I would like to try and do damage to their horses, if at all possible. Do I have horse archers? Yeah, I have quite a few horse archers, so let's tell them to charge in here. Tell these guys as well, the cavalry, tell everyone to charge in, apparently, because they're upon us already. These guys literally just charged us. They do have the formation AI on as well, by the way, so they do have the ability to utilize strategies if they want to. I haven't told them to just charge straight away. So there's that, you know. Take from that what you will, but otherwise we can hopefully do some damage to these guys. If I can just stop them from firing for 1 second, that's pretty much all I really want to do. I don't really mind if I get myself killed. I don't really mind if my horse dies. You know, as long as I have distracted the opponent for a little bit of time, that's all I really want. You know, I'm not under any illusions that I am someone that is going to get thousands of kills, you know, per fight. But, you know, that's the point. As long as we achieve victory, as long as we get that win, that is actually all I care about, you know? That is literally all I care about, because if and this is obviously one of the reasons why mods like this are extremely punishing. If you get defeated and you lose your entire army, you're going to have to go back to the drawing board, you're going to have to level everyone up, you're going to have to find all your companions again. It's going to be extremely irritating. And that's the reason why suffering a defeat, normally I'd be like, oh yeah, well, suffering a defeat, that's not too bad, right? But yeah, it actually is. In PERISNO, yeah, you probably don't want to have any kind of defeat, because, as I say, you know, I've just listed all the reasons why you don't want to have that, and it's going to be very difficult for you to get all those people back. It will obviously happen, you know. It's going to take you a little bit of time, and you will get those people back, but it's just one of those setbacks that you'd rather not have happen. So that's the reason why I generally place a victory much, much higher on my priorities than me, myself, getting a bunch of kills. Because personally for me, I don't really care about the personal glory. You know, that's not that important in my opinion. I think that, you know, getting that victory against an overwhelming opponent, or in many cases an overwhelming opponent sometimes. I mean, you know, we're obviously not fighting particularly strong people right now, but, you know, most of the time you probably want to make sure that you get that W, shall we say. Anyway, I'm gonna take... I keep doing the wrong thing. Control S is not what I want to press. I want to do Control A. There we go. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna swap these guys around here. I don't really want any of these Tauranians, apart from the champions, of course, because they are indeed mounted, and that's what I want. There we go. All right, so we have 9 spaces as well, so we can theoretically do something with those. Not really thinking I'll do anything with the items here. As you can see, my people don't even need any of these items, so that's absolutely fine too. And we're just going to go back to Elsinore here, because I do have a bunch of prisoners to sell. And Falconhead is no longer under siege. Oh no. Seems like Falconhead is an absolutely terrible terrible thing to attempt to take. There's 7,700 for us. There's the tavern drinker. Is there a mystic merchant here? I don't think so. There is a peasant woman if we wanted to do that quest to rid the village of some kind of, some kind of infestation. Then of course we could do that, but at the moment I don't think it's particularly necessary. All right, so this guy gonna level up his strength, I suppose, level up his trainer skill. Hilariously enough, I probably should have leveled up his trainer skill a lot earlier, but you know how it is. Oh, hello. Wait a minute, what's actually going on here? All right, how many do you have? That's the question. Okay, they've got a lot. This guy, General Shingis, okay, he is going to be a bit problematic for us, I think. But everyone else is not looking particularly strong. Okay, well, I'm going to save just because I am worried about crashes. That is the only reason why I'm saving here. And I'm showing the save as well. I'm not actually trying to do this on the down low. I'm not trying to do it shady-like. I'm literally just showing you that I am saving because I'm worried about rolling back all the way to before I defeated any of these vassals, and then I'd have to do it all again, and it would be an absolutely terrible experience. So that's the reason why I'm doing that. Anyway, there's a bunch of very strong spearheads here. Okay, wait a minute. Do you think I can fight this guy? You think I can fight this guy? I think I can. If the other guy... Oh, the other guy actually does join. Okay, wait a minute. Can I... no, they stopped. Oh, that's really bad. Can I actually separate them or something? That's the... no, that's the pro... Oh, no. Oh, he's stopping. He's stopping. He's stopping. Okay, wait. We should be able to do it. Yes. There we go. All right, now... I'm saying yes, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really pleased about this, but maybe I shouldn't be so pleased, because they do have over double the amount of units that we have, and yeah, as you can see, they actually do have the battle advantage here as well, so maybe we shouldn't be as pleased to have gotten into this fight, but yeah, anyway, I'm just going to tell everyone to charge. I have so many cavalry, it kind of makes sense for us to just charge straight on in. Hopefully the enemy doesn't have any horse archers. It seems like they do have a couple. Hopefully they don't have too many more than that, and they just have a handful of them. As you can see, they do have a lot of cavalry killers. They definitely have cavalry killers, but they don't really have a huge amount of, well, mounted units in general. So we should be fine as long as we can just completely kill everything else. That's pretty much it. Just try to kill every single infantry unit that they have. Oh yeah, there we go. There's our crossbowmen firing their explosive rounds. Extremely, extremely useful. And I can just hope that I don't get myself killed. I'm having some big problem. What is that? Did you see that? That was hilarious. Okay. Yeah, but I can only hope that we are just going to generally survive. That's it. Just generally survive. Because as we've seen in the past, it's probably not a good idea for me to get eliminated. Although, maybe it doesn't matter too much. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, I need to be a bit selective about who I attack right here. I just need to try and eliminate some people. Because as long as a unit actually gets dead, gets knocked out or something, then they're no longer dealing damage. That's also something that, people have to realize about certain strategies that you can potentially use in battles that could go either way, and this is one of those. This is obviously going much better than I anticipated, but let's just face it, what if it didn't? What if it didn't go this way for me? What if I was actually on the back foot, and what if I was ending up losing a lot of units in the process? The best strategy that I've found, at least, is to try and eliminate units completely. So not just doing a little bit of damage here and there on, it's better, in my opinion, let me just summarize it differently. It's better to deal killing blows to 5 troops rather than deal 50% damage to 15 troops. Because if you deal 15% damage to 15 troops, they're literally just they're just going to be alive. They're going to be alive, they're going to be able to deal damage, they're going to be able to continue to potentially eliminate your own forces. Obviously, you can disagree if you want to. I'm sure someone is. I'm sure someone is going to disagree about it. But what you have to realize is that if a unit is no longer in the battle, they don't have any kill potential. they have 0 kill potential at that point because they are gone. They're out of there, you know? But if there are still those units running around and they still have HP, even if they're at 1 HP, even if they're at 1 HP, that is the thing you've got to realize. They will still be able to deal damage. Like this guy, for example. I'm pretty sure he was extremely low, but yet look at how much damage he was able to deal to my mount. That is a very clear example of what can actually happen. You know, these guys can literally just do however much they want as long as they are still alive and kicking. So it really makes a huge difference. Anyway, there's only 1 enemy remaining. Hopefully we will be able to eliminate him. There we go. He has now been eliminated. Another mounted archer. So the Zann actually do have mounted archers as well, which is making things very difficult for me. Anyway, there we go. Did we lose any of those wonderful... No, we didn't lose any of the explosive crossbowmen, which I'm very pleased about. Anyway, there we go. We were able to eliminate them. I'm probably not going to be taking these guys. I actually don't even know whether I'll take any prisoners, to be honest, at this point. I don't think I will. None of this is actually looking particularly appetizing to me either. And let's actually just take a quick look. Okay, so we're leveling up more of these. We've got some more heroines here. As you can see, they're leveling up quite nicely. We've got Marcus, who's also leveled up, and he's got 1 skill point. What do we want to spec him into? Well, he already has 9 in trainer skills, so it's not actually necessary for us to level that up any further. But we can go for something else, like, for example, Iron Flesh. I guess we're going to go for some Iron Flesh. Why not? Kind of makes him harder to kill. Does make him harder to heal as well, but I guess it's kind of useful, right? Is it? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's good enough for me. Anyway, let's go into the tavern real fast, and I might try to buy some more slaves. Yeah, there we go. We can... Whoa, we can get a bunch. Okay, I had no idea that we had lost so many units. But yeah, apparently we had. But yeah, there is actually a quest that I want to do. There is a quest, well, there's actually 2 quests that I want to do. One is a random quest that pops up once you have a certain renown value. I don't have the renown value, as you might expect. I obviously do not have the renown value for that, otherwise it would have already come up. I need, and hold on to your horses here, I need 4,500 renown to be able to do that quest. And I have no idea how anyone is supposed to get 4,500 renown. You're going to have to play for an extremely long amount of time in the mod to be able to get to that point, which, all things considered, I don't know whether I'm even going to get there, but we can just cross our fingers and hope maybe we will be able to. Anyway, apart from that, there is another quest all the way up here in Reichberg, and I would have loved to have been able to do this, but of course, the Zann dynasty is currently in control of it, so I won't be able to do that just yet. However, I could, of course, you know, someone actually did suggest I could sneak in there, but the main problem with sneaking in, considering I do not have a garrison, is that I have too many units in my army. I mean, it's pretty obvious I have too many units in my army, and it's going to reduce the likelihood of my success in that action. So if I ever have a garrison under my control, because I obviously don't, I only have a village right now, but if I ever have a garrison, then I will place them, you know, place my forces in the garrison there for safekeeping, and then we'll do what we can to start that quest. Anyway, we do have General Chinggis here. I'd love to be able to eliminate him if at all possible, but it feels to me like this is not gonna... Oh, I really wanted... Oh, sad. I really wanted to go in there against his escort, and they would have been separated. They would have been separated at that exact moment. That would have been a perfect time to attack. But unfortunately... yeah, it's not looking particularly good. I'm actually wondering, who is this guy? A bunch of Elan Taurens. Okay, a bunch of Elan Taurens. Not sure if I really want to bother with them right now. He's actually running away. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that's the problem. I'd love to be able to separate them in some way, and that was a perfect opportunity, but unfortunately there was just not enough time for me to react before they were able to get in to the battle, so... yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Couldn't do much about it. What about this? Okay, yeah, this was actually the castle that I wanted to take, by the way, but it has been taken by Taurania, which is real strange, but I guess that is kind of to be expected, considering it is originally a Tauranian fief. But I'm actually wondering where the Zann dynasty has gone, because we saw a huge amount of their vassals, and it seems like they've now just all run away in a multitude of different directions. which I suppose is to be expected, but, you know, I would have liked to have maybe dealt a little bit more damage to them, potentially. Ooh, hello. There are Knights of Doom in this particular party's prisoner stack. I'm thinking that we might... There's a horde of Jinn there. Okay, yeah, that guy... Yeah, let's not go over there. All right, so we're just going to do a nice little auto-resolve here. We're going to lose a couple of people... yeah, I hate the auto-resolve in Warband, actually, really. It's so weird, because these guys literally shouldn't be killing me right now, but they are. It's really, really weird. Anyway, I'm going to be taking all of these prisoners. There we go. We've got a huge amount of really, really good ones, actually. These Knights of Doom, don't think I can persuade them to join me. I don't think I can persuade them to join me, which is sad, but can't do much about that. I was actually hoping that we'd get something else, like some Knights maybe, or maybe some of the other guys, but yeah, obviously we can't really do that, because these prisoner stacks would make us way too strong, or maybe it's just anti-fun. I don't know. Maybe it's just anti-fun right there. Who knows? Anyway, we'll just leave all of that stuff behind. That's perfectly fine. We've got a bunch of prisoners now, and this is a horde of Jinn here. Obviously, this is going to be extremely difficult for us to deal with by ourselves. They have over 800 units in their army, so probably not going to be something for me by myself, but maybe something in the future. Who knows? Anyway, that's being raided. Actually wondering whether they were going to try and take Elsinore back. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of to be expected that they might try to take it back. It's pretty lightly defended for the moment, and we're only getting 20,000. Only 20,000 for that? Really? Okay, that's actually kind of strange. I would have expected 100% for there to be much more cash to be gained there, but apparently not. Okay, well, that's interesting. Anyway, Zyra leveled up as well. Let's have a look at her. Okay, we'll go for some agility here so we can get her some more weapon master so she can level up her archery even faster, or at least hopefully level up her archery faster. She seems to be taking quite a bit of time leveling up, surprisingly enough. Not sure why that is. Anyway, let's just take a quick look. Okay, I'm probably going to try and take Falconhead. I know I shouldn't really go in here because, let's face it, we've tried it before and it didn't really work out too well for us, because it is literally one of those. Yeah, it's one of those castles that you really just loathe going into. But they have 250. Okay, gonna save because I'm worried about crashes once again, and we're literally just gonna go in. Shijin, thankfully, is our engineer, and he's going to very quickly get all of this built. All right, so we have a battle advantage of -2, which is not too bad. I think that's all right, but it's not amazing. And how many horse archers do we have? We have 43. We have 14 archers. Okay, so let's actually move these guys up here. Let's move these infantry over here, cavalry here. Then the cavalry archers can go over there as well, because bear in mind, we actually have a bunch of cavalry archers this time around. Hopefully the Viragos will be able to get some pretty decent experience doing this as well. And hopefully they're actually going to be shooting, because as I said in the previous episode, I actually had a situation where we came in here and I set up all of my people in the right positions, you know, the positions that they're kind of in right now. And then what happened was they just literally stopped firing. Yeah. All my guys literally just stopped firing, and they didn't do anything else to retaliate against the opponent. And it was an absolutely terrible endeavor. Yeah, it was absolutely awful. So who knows? Maybe we can finally take Falconhead. If we can finally take this, then I'll be pretty happy with that at least. Because if we can take this, then the Realm of the Falcon can finally stop focusing on it, and they can kind of move on and go somewhere else and actually be a little bit effective. Like, for example, they just took Elsinore, as I said before, without my assistance. And that was still with Falconhead in their territory. So if we can eliminate this distraction, maybe it's going to make a big difference to them. Seems like we're dealing some pretty decent damage right now. Now that all my forces are in decent positions, maybe they are actually going to be able to fight back quite well. But yeah, there are just so many archers of the opponent on the battlements here. I'm kind of worried. I'm actually kind of worried. I don't know. I'm not sure whether we're even going to be able to do it. I mean, that was the whole reason why I was attempting to defeat them with kind of war of attrition style tactics in the previous episode. You know, I was just continually trying to go back in here, shoot them as much as we could until our ammunition gave up, and then go back in, rinse and repeat over and over. That was kind of what I was hoping to do. Seems like my forces have run out of arrows, as you can see right there, which is a bit weird in itself. So I guess I will just retreat. And as you can see, I was wounded for 63 HP, which is absolutely hilarious and, in my opinion, a bit ridiculous. But, you know, that's just how it goes. Anyway, let's get some more of these guys, get some more Viragos, which is always nice. And, yeah, as you can see, we did eliminate around 48. Oh, only 48 units, really. That is just so terrible. It's really, really terrible. Anyway, this is what the map is currently looking like right now. Seems like everything is pretty much static with the exception of the dwarves over there. I think what I might like to do is, in my off-screen time, I might go over to the dwarves and might try to get a dwarven crossbow. And then maybe I can try and level that up in my time taking Falconhead. And I will try to take Falconhead off screen because as it stands right now, I feel like this is just not very riveting for you to watch. I really don't. But if you like seeing this kind of stuff, then by all means let me know. But yeah, I don't think it's particularly fun to watch, so I will just be taking that off screen. And otherwise, we'll look for some additional battles against the Zann dynasty and try and level up our crossbow. Hopefully, we'll be able to use it on a mount as well. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.